Hi and welcome guys to a new series on a new channel. This is a Formula 1 2021 series that I'm going to be doing here. It's a new series, it's a new channel as I say. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be racing with McLaren. And the series that we have ahead of us, as you can see on the name of the video, is going to be McLaren Junior Driver Going for Gold. This is Season 1, this is the first race, and we're going to be racing at Bahrain International GP Circuit. Now, for this series, we're going to try and bring McLaren back to the heyday. So, I'm not saying McLaren are a bad team. No, nowhere near it. I absolutely love McLaren, got a lot of love and respect for them. But what I want to do is spend some time on this series, bringing them back to the top and fighting for a title. So, as within the name, it is a junior driver going for gold. With this series, guys, we should hopefully have around about 2 episodes of this a week, with other series coming in. And if you guys know me from my Twitch channel, you'll know how I normally run these series. So if not, then just enjoy the series, see how it goes. And if you want to check out live content on different games, also different series that I do, don't forget to check out my Twitch. The link will be down below in my bio, and as you can see at the top of the screen, if you want to check out updates and see what's going on within the world of Total Chaos, you've got my Twitch handle and you've also got my Twitter handle. But what we're going to do is we're going to get into this. We're just going to skip through, put a basic setup on the car real quick, just a few quick upgrades. For the series, guys, I'm not going to be doing practices. I will do those, edit them out, and I'll just be doing the qualifying, which will be it will be Q1, 2, and 3, and we're going to be fighting for best position possible. And then obviously we're going to be going into the race, and hopefully between a 25 and a 35-minute video each episode. Bar that, guys, we're going to go and get on into this. So let's go get busy, and get some upgrades to this car and see if we can start strong. For anybody who wants to know what I'm running on this, I'm running 95% AI. I do have a couple assists on the car, which is for me, just to kind of improve myself a little bit. And yeah, we're just gonna try do our best. But yeah, anyways, guys, we'll get on with qualifying. I'm gonna go and do some practice real quick, get a setup on the car, get it ready, and I'll see you guys in qualifying. Right, here we go, guys. Well, this is time for qualifying, and I've completed all the practice. Don't worry, guys. I'm not gonna bore you with the practice, but yeah, here we are. We're ready for practice. As I say, it's a new car, new team, new situation. Again, hopefully we're going to be pushing for some good points. But I kind of have a weird little way of doing my my setups and everything, and how I want the car to feel. So. Yeah, if you guys have got any recommendations, by all means, definitely drop those down in the comments and let me know. And yeah, hopefully we can improve. I mean, I'm going to try and improve the best I can throughout the season as it goes along. But as I say, for my weird way of doing it, guys, I normally just skip on in, and I skip all the way through to around about 4 minutes left of qualifying. And with doing that, what I can do is just go out. Because let's be realistic, 2 laps of fuel, 2 flying laps, and normally with a McLaren you'll be looking at Q2. So let's get on in to our flying lap. I don't really do my warm-up laps, guys. So yeah, here we go. So yeah, I'm just going to go out, do a flying lap, see how it goes. And for qualifying, guys, I do more of a live commentary as such with regards to what I'm doing throughout qualifying. But when it comes to the actual race, obviously it's a completely different ball game, and I like to, if I can, I'm going to do the recording as such, and kind of do a commentary over it. Hopefully a little bit more excited than if I was concentrating on the race all the way through, because I like to knock it down, concentrate on my race. So yeah, we'll do the recording over the actual race, but qualifying, we go live and we do what we can, and yeah. Right, well, let's get on into this anyway. Try and get the latest brakes possible, try and get just on the outside of that curve, don't get the power down too early. Around the curve a little bit. And there we go, smooth, right.
There's 2 minutes left in this session and we're in the drop zone. We need a quick lap or that's qualifying over for us.
A little bit wide on the apex. Trying to get the power down, not too early because I don't want to spin up the rears. And just want to get a nice, smooth quali lap in. Nothing too fast, nothing too ridiculous. But obviously if I can get myself into Q2 with just one lap, that obviously means I save myself a set of tyres for the race. And I've got a little bit of freedom on tyres for the race, obviously, because, you know, if you need to pull up like an alternative strap, you like to give yourself a little bit of freedom as such. Alright, so we're looking good so far. I think we've had a purple sector 1, so I'm looking okay on time. Bahrain, guys, it is my, as my regulars will know, it is kind of my strong circuit as such. I do have some that I am absolutely horrific at, and you will see me struggle throughout this out the career mode, guys. So don't be surprised. But yeah, qualifying at Bahrain, it's normally my strong suit. I normally feel quite confident and comfortable here, and same with the race. But yeah, either way, here we go. Where are we going to? There we go. We are P2. We are literally 31 thousandths of a second behind Hamilton. So I think that's Q2 confirmed. I don't think I need to do a second lap, so I'm going to do a slow in lap, and I'll see you guys in Q2. Right, here we go, guys. We are now at Q2. So yeah, qualifying times. We were 31 thousandths off of Hamilton in P1, which I'm not surprised. Obviously, it's Lewis Hamilton, and I think we're going to struggle. So what I like to do for Q2, which you guys will get used to throughout the season that we do, I skip myself along to around about 8 minutes. Now with 8 minutes, I find it gives me enough time to go out on a set of mediums, do a lap, maybe 2, then come back in. And with that time, it gives me the freedom to have the choice of a soft run as well as a medium run. So if the medium run isn't fast enough, obviously we come back in, we get a set of softs, we go out, and we go get ourselves to Q3. So let's go get ourselves a lovely, comfortable medium Q2 slot. Let's make sure everything is sorted. It's only race 1, guys, so I'm not assuming anything to be too heavily worn on the car. Mediums are a little bit slow around here, and I also have noticed that soft tyres, they are one-shot wonders for qualifying around here, especially Singapore as well. If you guys have done Bahrain or Singapore in past, if you go out and do a quality time on softs, they are really just one-hit wonders. So you might want to make sure you get the perfect lap hooked together. But so far, a little bit rough at the start of the first lap. Got a little bit late on the brakes into turn 1 and into turn 2. I kind of had to do a little lift in turn 1 just to make sure I could actually get the car braking as late as possible. But I got a bit ambitious and forced myself a little bit deep on the brakes. So here we go, up the hill, get the power down. Don't want to hit too much of the outside curb and spin up the rears. That will cost you a good tenth or two. A little bit early on the brakes, that's going to cost me some time. That's going to cost me at least a tenth and a half, but here we go. Third DRS zone. Try and pick up some speed, get ourselves down. As late braking as possible. Clip the inside curb, a little bit of power. Don't touch the outside curb. As soon as you get round, boot full of power, get the car to just, you know, just skip in. With mediums, I do a slight lift through there because I don't want to force myself too wide because that can cost me a lot of time. But not too bad. Alright, here we go. Final stretch before the final corner. Here we go on the brakes. Tip in nicely. Don't touch the inside curb. Keep off the outside curb because that rumble strip can really cost you a bit of time. DRS on and across the line. We are P7. We are only 7/100ths of a second off of Perez. Now the question is the guys behind on times? Where are we at? So what we're going to do is just going to return to garage, and we are going to go and have a little look at the timing board. Let's go and have a little look where we place in. Let's have a little look. So everyone is going out. P7. There's a few softs around me with the Aston Martins and everything, but I'm feeling confident. So, right. Let's go and check those times. We'll skip along real quick. Get into Q3. If I make a mistake here, guys, this is my own fault. It's my own fault. If I'm out, I'm out. But who knows? There we go, guys. And as said, we are 1.254 seconds off of the fastest lap with Lewis Hamilton. Holding a good pace. Danny Rick, nice timing. Still 7/10 off, even with softs. So, let's go on ahead and get into Q3. Get a fresh set of softs on. And go run these boots dry and get ourselves as high as we can for the race. Right, again, Charlotte, this part here. We'll cut this part right here. And then as soon as we sit in the car ready for the quali, obviously I'll come back in. Right, here we go, guys. Q3. So we've got a fresh set of boots on, fresh set of softs. We've still got 3 sets of softs available. So we're all good. We're in the clear. The mediums obviously will be our starting tyre. Only done, what was it, 7% wear, so I'm not really worried about that. Again, if I can stretch those mediums out, a good medium soft run, or even a medium soft run will hopefully get us through to the end. So we're going to take a fresh set of boots. We're going to get it down to 8 minutes again, as I like to. And then once we've done that, go out, set a quick fast lap, come back in on a cool down lap. Once we've done that, then obviously we'll get a fresh set of boots on again. And I've noticed that the track comes to you throughout qualifying. The track evolution, as I like to call it. So obviously the lap time now will be quick. But again, the track time will be quicker as we get onto the final 2-3 minutes of qualifying. So let's go and put ourselves in for a fast lap on Q3. I hope that car in front, which looks to be a Ferrari, is entering the pits. Yep, perfect. Don't have to worry about getting caught up in traffic with him. Admittedly, a little bit of DRS isn't too much of a hinder, but I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about my lap and where I place. So let's get late on the brakes. Turn it in. A lot better than the medium run. Went a little bit long on the medium run. And I had to just, you know, slightly correct the car. Alright, down to turn 4. Oh, sorry. A little bit of concentration there. Don't want to lax in concentration. So here we go. Right, tip in. Run the inside curb. Try the same again. Not too much curb. I find that the curbs down that little downhill section, if you clip them too much, they can lift the car, destabilize it, and sometimes spit you out to the barriers. So we got through there nicely. I feel like we can pick up a bit more time if need be. So again, a bit late on the brakes there, struggling to get the car stopped and turned, but we're still hooked up, and we are down possibly a little bit on time. So I'm not going to worry so much about this time. I just want to get myself through to the final couple minutes and see where we place in. So let's get the car tipped in. Power down. Right, penultimate straight, heading towards the final corner. I'm feeling like we're on for a good time, but again, obviously, don't get me wrong. This is only just the first flying lap. Again, as I said, do not touch the outside curb. It can cost you a little bit of time, and I think that may have just cost me upwards of half a tenth. And we are on pole at the moment. So, is that good enough? And how far ahead are we on well, not Lewis Hamilton, sorry, Valtteri Bottas actually. Valtteri Bottas. So Hamilton has been fastest all throughout. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to head back to the pits, fresh set of tyres, and I'll see you at the start of our flying. Right, here we go, guys. Final run. What can we do with the time we have left available? We have 31 seconds to get ourselves across that line. The guys ahead of me, they're all putting in their fast laps now. And I think, to be honest, guys, I don't think anybody's going to improve on their fastest time. So I don't even think I need to run these tyres. But I'm going to run this lap anyway. Because obviously, if you can improve, you want to improve as much as you can. And I'm seeing a lot of cars cross the line right now. So we'll keep an eye on the timings on the left-hand side as they cross the line. But obviously, I'm going to put in what I can for a flying lap to get myself even further into first place if I can. Little bit sluggish on the first corner there, not great. We are losing 4/100ths of a second, which is not smart. So let's try and make up some time throughout the rest of the lap, shall we? There we go. Nice corner exit, up by 1/10 of a second. Purple sector 1. Don't touch too much of the curb. There we go. Late on the brakes. Hit a little bit of outside curb there, which has caused the car to a little bit long and a bit early on the power. So not great, but we're still up by almost 2/10 of a second. As I say, track evolution comes into this track, guy, or not this track, but all tracks, guys. So you will realise that your times over the space of Q3 will pick up. They don't always pick up by a massive amount, but as long as you improve yourself and also the track comes to you, you should be able to at least make up a minimum 2 to 3 tenths of a second throughout quali 3 in the final couple minutes. The hope here, guys, is that I can just tag onto the back of Danny Rick here. Get a little bit of a tow down to the final corner. I don't know if it's going to make up much, but to be honest, guys, do we really need this lap? Probably not, because by the looks of it, 3.2 tenths up, 3.3, 3.4 across the line, purple sector 3. And I think we've got pole, guys. I think we might just have scraped pole. Don't know how far by. Could be a couple tenths, could be a few hundreds. But I didn't see the times around me improve. So let's check where we have slotted
We're
in.
all ready for tomorrow's race,
Oh,
but
geez,
before
there we go,
begin,
guys.
let's
That
have a
kind of
quick look at
qualifying.
those
This is
who will
it. This
be
is
fronting the
Bahrain. This
grid.
is my home
Bell,
kind of feel.
and
With a
Max
126.8.
Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to
There we
join us
go.
again for
Well,
Lights
anyways,
Out
guys,
tomorrow.
that is qualifying. Let's go get ourselves into the race. I will see you guys for Lights Out.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal. And it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. So here we are in 2021 at the start of another Formula One World Championship. It all begins here. Mercedes looking to retain their hold on the title. Red Bull seeking to secure their position as the main contender for that title. Ferrari no doubt hoping for a fresh start following their difficulties last year. And elsewhere on the grid, the prospect of some really exciting battles, including between the newly rebranded Aston Martin and Alpine teams. Lots to discuss then with Anthony Davidson, who's joined me in the commentary box for today's event.
It's good to be back, Crofty. Let's hope for some good racing today. We can't know at this point how competitive these teams are relative to each other, but hopefully nobody is able to run and hide. We want to see these drivers pushing to the limit all the way to the checkered flag.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Bell lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Sergio Perez and Leclerc, Sainz, Ricciardo, Gasly and Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda, Lance Stroll and Ocon, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, George Russell and Mick Schumacher, Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Okay,
Right.
got pole. Now let's
Here
get
we
it
go,
going
guys.
with
So
the
after a
race.
fantastic qualifying, we're now setting into the race. I mean, the Red Bull pace was incredibly fast. I was getting a lot of pressure from Max Verstappen in qualifying, and obviously the Mercedes as well. I think it's going to be a tough race, but obviously just getting into the tyre selection. I've done this track before on a one-stop on a 100% race, and I don't know, I felt like the one-stop wasn't for me, so I think can we stretch those mediums out to then go into hards, or is it going to cost me too much time with overall lap pace? Obviously, the starting lap pace is going to be great, but my concern is that it will not work out properly. So I'm going to go, I think, for the 2-stop race, the medium soft. Now, the hope is that people around me do the same. Obviously, also for the race, guys, I changed down my my transmission, my differential adjustment on throttle on and off. I move it back to a comfortable so I don't burn the tyres out. Brake bias stays the same, and obviously aerodynamics stay the same. But overall, guys, yeah, going to go for the 2-stop strategy. I feel like it's going to pay dividends in the end. So a good overall holding pace for medium tyres, and then hopefully quick quali times consistently on 2 stops of softs. Right, here we go, guys, and the lights are out. There we go. Right, and we get on the way. Can we get a good start? Struggling a little bit, not the greatest of starts. We're getting pressured quite a bit, trying to move over and block Hamilton. Oh no, sorry, Bottas, sorry, my bad. That is Bottas. I'm getting it completely wrong here. Out of the first corner, and we've made a little bit of contact. We get a warning, thankfully. Oh, okay, what's happened here? By the looks of it, I think what's happened there is we made a little bit of front-end contact with Bottas, and what's happened is It's destabilised his car a tiny bit, and unfortunately, it's back to pack up. Admittedly, I'm not going to complain. No accidents, no no tellings off as such, no penalties. But we're going to crack on. No damage to the car. But overall, good start. We're holding around about 8 to 7 tenths of a second, and just trying to hang on as best as we can. Verstappen, he's going to be all over me. He's going to be a pest of this race. But overall, it's looking to be a good start. Bottas has dropped back. Unfortunately, he's down to P4 so far. Good start by Verstappen. He's held P2 and he's doing pretty well. Perez, he's dropped back a bit, and overall, by the looks of it, guys, I think what's happened is I feel Bottas has taken a little bit of damage. He's pulling down to 4.8. He's down to 5.3. I think Perez is about to get him in a minute, guys, by the looks of it. You look at the gap on the mini-map on the bottom left. There's a massive gap. I think Bottas has damage, but he is massively holding the pack up. So we'll see what happens in a second. Just coming down the final corner, down to the main straight. Bit of VRS to give myself a nice corner exit. Hopefully pull a little bit of a gap. Pull the fastest lap. And we'll just keep an eye on the mini-map there. And I think, yep, there we go. Bottas is pulling into the pits. Unfortunately, that is an unfortunate situation. I have caused a little bit of a close contact on the first and second corner. Bottas has taken, I would assume, a bit of front wing damage. But we keep going. We keep going. Lap 2. Still holding good pace. Pierre Gasly up to P5. The man had a commanding qualifying by the looks of it. It seemed to be a very staggered kind of qualifying. The Red Bulls and then the Mercedes and then obviously the staggering down of the teams as well. But overall, that's a really, really good start for Gasly. Unfortunately, due to my contact with Bottas, it has caused Perez to drop down 7 seconds near enough to Hamilton. But Hamilton is on soft tyres, so the concern here really is, Max, can I hold him at bay and how long for? We're running the same tyres. If Hamilton does get past Verstappen, how quickly is he going to catch back up to me, and how much pressure is he going to put onto me? So the hope is that Max can play very defensive. I know he's not on the same team, and admittedly I want Ricciardo to come through and pull points in for the team as much as possible, but obviously we've got the concern that Hamilton could get past. So we're hoping that Max could be a very good blocker here and hold them back. The other side of it is, can Perez pull a gap to Gasly? At the moment, the order is looking pretty decent. Unfortunately, Danny Rick looks to be down in, I think he's in 7th place. Obviously, you've got Gasly, a Ferrari, and then Ricciardo. So he's holding point scoring position at the moment. So that's good. At least he's in the point scoring. Overall, we've got a long run on these medium tyres, so it's going to be a good few laps. We're on to lap 3 right now, and it's a pretty standard start, I think. We've had out a good gap, and again, as I said in the qualifying, guys, Bahrain seems to be my strong track, and I know that these cars around me are a lot faster than I am, so I'm going to struggle to keep them at bay. So the only thing I can really do is just keep putting the lap times in. I'm trying not to run too much curb. Obviously, like this inside curve just here, I'm trying not to run it too much, because obviously running that and the outside curve too much, you want to keep it permanently on the tarmac, not put too much strain into the tyres, because you're just going to grain them up and you're just going to cost yourself time. So yeah, we're just holding on the best that we can. Other than that, we're still holding 0.6 of a second. It's not really breaching much between me and Max, but it's looking to be a good lap. Good few laps so far. Lap 3 looking strong, but back onto lap 4, and this is where I think we get a little bit interesting. Alright, here we go, lap 5. Right, so still holding a good bit of pace between me and Max. He's definitely closing. Unfortunately, now after lap 3, the DRS is now active, so Max is going to be more of a threat than he has been before. The question is Hamilton, can he actually get past Max? Because by the looks of it, he's unable to close that gap. He's on soft tyres. I thought by now the soft tyres would be coming into their own, and I thought Hamilton might be pushing a little bit much here, but unfortunately, guys, we're only lap 5, and I've used as you can see, I've used quite a lot of VRS here. We're down to 42%. I've had to burn quite a lot to keep this gap up. The plan for me normally is get the tyres, look after them a bit, use the ERS down the straights as much as I can to hold that gap, especially when Max is within that second. And unfortunately, we've run a bit of curb down. That's going to cost us a bit of time, so I think Max is going to be all over us. So as you can see, looking behind, making sure I stay off the racing line to give Max as least amount of tow as possible. He's going to be homing in as much as he can with that DRS, but as long as I can get good corner entry and exits, we should be good. Right, just heading round now, heavy into the braking zone as best I can. Take a nice sweeping line. I'm a bit inconsistent so far. I think I didn't really settle in too well into the race. It's just the pressure from Max. I'm making a few little mistakes here, here and there, sorry. But yeah, holding nice and steady. So, coming up to the start of lap 6, looking good, still holding good pace. Oh, hold on, we have a yellow flag. And that's, hold on a minute. Is that a slow Hamilton? Holy, whoa, okay, hold on a minute, guys. We have a slow Hamilton. Is that, no, he can't be in the pits. There's no way you get a yellow flag for going through the pits. I think, guys, Hamilton's out. Yep, that's Perez passed. The AlphaTauri, the Ferrari, the Danny Rick, and the other Ferrari. That's, yeah, I think, guys, I think Hamilton's out the race. I mean, unless it's just a small fault that's, you know, fixable, and sometimes they do restart, or maybe he lost it out of the final corner. But to go down the start finish, there we go, guys. There's our confirmation. Lewis Hamilton is out of the race. That, I mean, for me, that's good. That's less pressure for me. That's less of a title contending car to have to deal with. But yeah, we move on to lap 7, guys. It was a little bit quiet, and as you can tell, the time between me and Max hasn't really changed much. Perez hasn't really been able to make inroads. I'm still running defensive lines down on the main straights because obviously I do not want to give Max the toe. He's going to have the DRS advantage on me, but I do not want to give him the toe. And unfortunately, we've got a bit of a bad corner exit there. And here we go, guys. So it's looking to be the start of the pit stop. So at the moment, we have Ferrari, Daniel Ricciardo, and an Aston Martin in the pits, which, due to obviously running softs, they're going to pit early, lap 8. Which it makes sense. I thought maybe they might go a little bit longer to maybe lap 10 on the soft tyres. That to me tells me that they're probably going to be doing, on that tyre strategy, probably a soft, medium, soft, or soft, medium run. But we'll wait and see. The guys at the moment who have obviously just bumped up the leaderboards a little bit are now, yeah, they're 21 seconds. Oh, hold on, we've got a little bit deep on the brakes here. Max is right in behind us. Can we use the last amount of ERS we have available to defend here? I think down here, it's not long enough, this DRS straight, so we should just have enough to pull away and hold. But the question is now is, Max has closed that. He's closed that gap from about 0.7 of a second down to about 0.3. So this is going to be getting a bit close now. I've got to try and get the best corner entry and exit I can. Been a bit early on the brakes there. Don't want to run it too wide. Thankfully, not too much on the rumble strips on the the exit curb there. Max is definitely going to be honing in. And as you can see, checking behind me as much as possible to make sure I get it. And I've got a little bit early on the brakes. I've run a bit of curb. And unfortunately, it's not paid off. So I think Max is definitely going to keep the pressure on. Tyres are starting to look a little bit worn. Just checking them, making sure that they're still within that window. And oh, here we go. Max down the inside. Nicely does it. Try and get the switch back on him. Unfortunately, he holds his line perfectly and I'm unable to get that switch back. Run a bit too much inside curb there. Pump the ERS. Thankfully, we're within a second, obviously, so we get the DRS back. Can we get down the inside? Oh, here we go. I was very, very late there. I really genuinely thought I was going into the back of him. I thought it was probably cost myself a bit of front wing, but thankfully not. So all it is now is just, I've got to stick to the back of him, keep as close as I can, run a bit too much inside curb there, lose a little bit of time. Don't want to go too low on the brakes because, unfortunately, the AIs can brake a little bit late, so I want to keep as close as I can to the back of him. But either way, we're going to use as much ERS as we can to try and just keep that slight gap in the slower areas as best as we can. Don't want too much inside curb there, that can cost you a lot of time, but there we go. Only 16% of ERS left and DRS at the same time. Short straight, I don't think we're going to have enough to get past him. No, we're just going to have to keep going. We'll have another attempt down across the start-finish line. But we're going to keep tight as we can, and here we go again. So we're still behind Max, unfortunately. Still not the greatest of runs. We're still trying to hold on as best as we can, and unfortunately just haven't been able to find a way past him yet. 10 laps in. I don't know how it's going to go because, I mean, the tyres are seeming a bit worn at the moment. My hope here, guys, is can we get past him? If we can, we'll start looking at the strategic values of a pit stop and when as possible, because we are going as late as possible on the brakes, hold the outside line, give as much racing room as possible. Good kick of power just there, run the inside curb, and I think, yes, there we go. We are definitely clear on Max. Just a quick check behind. He has DRS in us, but thankfully we've got the best corner exit possible, and we can hold the lead, thankfully. Get a good, nice corner exit here, and there we go. Right, so we're moving on to lap 12, guys. So this is just as a heads up for you guys throughout the video. Hopefully you've got through this part of the video and haven't been deterred so far. But yes, Oh, hold on a minute. We're calling a late pit stop. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so the tyres were a bit worn, and I was unsure, and I thought, right, let's pull the undercut. Unfortunately, Max has pitted at the exact same time, so this now puts the pressure on me. The question is what tyre are we switching to? Okay, so I have obviously gone onto the soft. That was the chosen strategy. Medium, soft, soft. Max has gone onto the hards. Okay, right. So, are the other guys going to pit as well? I don't think they're going to be a problem. Sonoda and Alonso have done really well on their tyres. They've been able to hold within 27 seconds. The concern here, guys, we are coming onto lap 13. And as I said with the editing of this, guys, I don't want to give you the laps that you don't want to watch. On the stream, guys, yeah, we watched the entire thing, but throughout here, my concern now, guys, which I'm noticing here is we're on the soft tyres. We have another stop ahead of us, and as you can see, I had to put those laps in. I had to put them in, and the time is crucial. I was looking at around about I'd have to put in at least 12 seconds on max with each set of fresh softs, and we've gone to lap 21 now. And we've only been able to pull out 6.7 seconds. We had a 7-second gap at one point throughout the race, and unfortunately, I've only been able to pull out 6.7 seconds, and we need to pit again for another fresh set of softs because I cannot take these to the end. If I do, Max is already gaining time on me. He's been able to, unfortunately, pull that time. The question here is, am I going to get out ahead of Perez? I don't think I am. There's only 16 seconds between us, so obviously, I think I've made a bit of a mistake with my strategy. I was confident from the get-go. I really thought I could pull it off. But by the looks of it, guys, I'm going to have to chase down Perez. The comfortable side of this is I've been able to pull off fastest lap. So that's an extra point regardless of finishing P3 or P2. That's an extra point for the team, so that's good. But unfortunately, guys, there is 15.3, 15.5 now to Max Verstappen. And let's be realistic, guys. If I could only pull out 7 seconds on a first set of softs, and we only have seven laps remaining, trying to close down 15 seconds to Max Verstappen. Unfortunately, guys, I've pulled a blunder. I've pulled a bit of a blunder there. So we move on to lap 24, closing on Perez. We've closed down 4 seconds in 2 laps, which is really good. You can tell that Perez is on a slightly worn set of hard tyres, and we've been able to hone in and close it down. Hoping to try and get within the 1 second DRS. Unfortunately, no. We're going to have to just keep pushing here and try and close in as best as I can for the last couple of laps. We get it within 1 second at the moment. I think due to the fact that he's on hard tyres, I've got a set of 2 lap old soft tyres. I'm going to have such an advantage over Perez here. And through the high speed corners and even the heavy braking zones, we should be able to close in on Sergio Perez right here. Again, okay, lap times by the looks of it. We've got a green sector 2 closing on Perez. Don't want to use any ERS at the moment. If I can, hold off. Struggling to hold on as much as I can. I've burnt through so much during those pretty much quali laps I had to do. So we're down to about 7-8%. Pushing everything we can. No choice but to turn it off, because if I do, we're just going to have nothing. So again, no, we open the DRS. A tiny bit more pump of VRS. Can we just make it? Oh, hold on a minute. We have a yellow flag here. Hold on, what's going on here? Hold on. Ah, no, here we go. Yeah, no, unfortunately, by the looks of it, I thought I had Perez. What's going on here? Alright, so unfortunately, we got to the back end of the straight, and I thought I had a nose ahead of him. I thought I had the position, but unfortunately, under yellow flags, we've been done for an illegal overtake. So unfortunately, guys, that has just cost me multiple seconds by Perez being so undecisive and not getting past me. We're on to lap 25. I got it down to around about 9 seconds, maybe 10 seconds to Max Verstappen. Unfortunately, Perez just not wanting to go past me, and the AIs unfortunately do this quite a lot, but that's cost me loads of time. And now unfortunately we're back behind Perez again, so we've lost nearly 3/4 of a lap trying to get past Perez again, having to give that position back, so that's cost me loads of time. So there we go, DRS and ERS boost right around the outside hand. We've had a bit of contact there, the driver's hands have gone up, and obviously we've made a tiny bit of contact, but I don't think it's too much of an issue. Perez hasn't spun round. There's no damage to the cars, no warnings, and we should be okay. But it is what it is. We're ahead of Perez now. We only have 3 laps left, and unfortunately, guys, in 3 laps, on tyres that are, 4 laps old, really? 4 laps old. Even with hopeful ideas that Verstappen. Hold on a minute. Wait. I think contact between me and Perez has caused slight front wing damage to Perez. this could not be. This could be bad. This could be bad if he goes in for a set of softs, which I would assume, which he has. There we go. He's coming out of softs. If he gets a good run, can he get the fastest lap and take that vital point away from me? So we're across the line, 8.9 seconds to Verstappen, which we have 2 laps left, guys, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to make it, even catching up back markers. Even if they don't get in the way, the DRS is not going to be enough. So let's just keep an eye on the minimap. Coming around the final corner, Perez on fresh softs. Is this going to be the extra point? There it is, guys. Unfortunately, Perez has pulled off the extra point. Not what we needed. Unfortunately, I was hoping for a P2 after a tragic mistake on my strategy, costing me time by running the 2-stop compared to the 1-stop. Max, with a bit of fresh air, was able to just get past and hold that lead. But unfortunately, guys, Perez has been able to take the final extra point. My tyres are worn. Even if I just saved up enough ERS on this lap, it's not going to work. And even if I wanted to come to the pits on lap 28, we're going to come out on lap 29. We're going to get a red sector 1, possibly a purple or green sector 2, possibly the same on sector 3. But due to the fact that it's last lap, I would not be able to get the fastest lap. So unfortunately, guys, it's going to look, by the looks of it, it's going to be Verstappen P1, me P2, Perez P3 with the fastest lap and the extra point, which is gutting. I was hoping for that, but it is what it is. We take what we can. I think I was a bit ambitious for the race, guys. I was genuinely hoping to have the chance to take home the win. And I think if I'd gone into the race with the standard mindset of the McLaren not being as fast as the Red Bull, like now, I can't be too downbeat about it, because to put a McLaren P2, P4, Ricciardo has had an absolutely stomping race, starting P8. That is an amazing race, and in my eyes, from the looks of it and where the drivers are and who's moved up the grid and who hasn't, I genuinely think Danny Ricciardo is... I think Ricky Bobby is in with a chance for driver of the day, guys. So we'll keep an eye out for that. We're on the last lap now, and we're still pushing hard. Unfortunately, sector 1 not good enough. Red sector, the tyres are worn. We're not going to be able to get that fastest lap. Very little ERS left. I think you can tell within my driving on this last lap, I'm running a few curves. I'm not getting the right apexes. I'm not really pushing how I would normally do on a fast, incredibly fast lap, and you can tell that I'm a little bit downbeat by it. And unfortunately, yes, my strategy cost me the win, but it is what it is. We walk away with a good score, hopefully here, of 18 points in P2. I'm wishing to have that 19 points, but unfortunately, Perez with an absolute stomping lap after front wing damage. It's kind of karma though. I caused a bit of damage to his car. He's got the fastest lap. Max Verstappen's taken the win. It's a bittersweet feeling, you know, Max Verstappen taking the win after a bit of a mistake from myself, and there we go. But either way, guys, absolutely fantastic first race of the brand new series of going for gold. A junior McLaren driver going for gold, and as we called it, guys, Danny Rick with driver of the day.
Red Bull pulling out all the stops today. What a great win. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today, and the results speak for themselves.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship.
Right, there we go, guys. Unfortunately, Crofty, sorry mate, I'm going to have to take over here. I need to finish up the video. But either way, guys, thank you for dropping in. I hope you guys enjoyed the first video on the YouTube channel. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the race. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was tough. It was gutting at the end, but it is what it is. We move on to episode 2, which will be coming soon, guys. Don't forget to check that one out at Imola. And yeah, if you guys enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, leave some comments down below, and let me know what you guys thought. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Check all the links down below in the description. Sorry, get my words right there, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.